is the tee box. This is where you would tee off from to start off your shot. If you tee off and you hit out of bounds, it's a 2-stroke penalty and you have to tee up your ball again. If you are out on the course and hit the ball out of bounds from anywhere in the fairway or anywhere else on the course, then you have to take a drop from where the ball was hit out of bounds, and it's still another 2-stroke penalty. While you're out on the course, beautiful day out, what you want to do is dress in proper attire, okay? You need to have a collared shirt and khaki pants, some golf shoes if you have them, would be proper attire. Oh, hey. Next we're going to talk about water hazards. If you hit the ball into a water hazard, you get to take the ball out of where you thought the ball entered the water, and you have a 2-club length distance away from the water where you can take a drop from the ball, and it's a 1-stroke penalty.
Now we're going to work on ball position for the full swing. So with a 7-iron, you kind of want the ball position to be more towards the middle of your stance. In your stance, you kind of want to be a little bit more than shoulder width apart. Now, for each iron, it kind of goes, ball will get further, closer to your front foot. So if you have a wedge or a chipping, you're chipping, you want to have it more towards the back. And as you progress to a longer iron, it's going to keep moving forward in your stance. This is a 7-iron, and we're going to work on the 3 different kinds of grips. The first grip would be, take your left hand, you put it on the top, your right hand, it's called the baseball grip. The third grip would be the overlap. You take your right hand, put it under like that, and notice how it's just over, so it's overlap. The third grip, take your pinky in between your index finger, and that's called the interlock. Those are the 3 grips. Now we're going to have Colleen demonstrate the full swing for us. Go ahead, Colleen. Four! Did you hear that? He yelled 4 because he hit a ball at us. Now that's proper etiquette. Now we're going to continue with the full swing. Step up to the ball again, please. Try to move your hand a little closer. Oh, there you go. So move the ball a little bit closer to you. Just stand a little far away. Now keep your head down this time when you swing.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, now we're going to watch Joey here demonstrate the full swing. Alright, that wasn't bad. We got a few corrections. Take the ball. Take your stance again. I want you to try to move this foot out a little bit. Move this foot out a little bit. Now look at your grip. Remember before I always said there's 3 kinds of grips? You can have the baseball, the interlock, or the overlap. Why don't you try the interlock for me? Does that feel comfortable? Yeah. Alright, now address the ball again. Now make sure this time when you come through, keep your head down. You don't want to look up because that will cause the ball to go down to the ground. You want to get there. Alright? Try it again. Very good. Now for the next part, we're going to worry about chipping. Now when you're chipping, you're usually close to the green, which is right here. Now this is the fringe, so you chip out of the fringe, or you chip in the rough, which is in close proximity to the green. But for now, we're going to worry about chipping out of the fringe. So now it's kind of similar to the full swing. You want to grip the club the same, but with the chip you want to choke up all the way to the steel part of the shaft. Okay? Now your stance for the full swing is pretty wide. For a chip, you want it to be close together, and you want to stand a little closer to the ball. So when you address it, it's going to be more back in your stance. With a full swing, it was more in the middle, towards the front of your foot. Now it's in the back. Okay? And when you address it, you don't want your weight leaning back because that'll cause you to chunk it or skull it. So you want to position your weight so it's more towards the front. Okay? And when you stand over the ball, when you grip, your hands are going to be a little lower. So the ball is more back in your stance and you're choking up. And you want to have a forward press, what it's called. So you take the club and you forward press it a little bit. So that takes a little loft off, which is going to get the ball to pitch onto the green and have a little roll onto it, hopefully get close to the pin. So I'm going to demonstrate. Now, when you're on the green, you can only use your putter.
Oh, hey there, buddy. How you doing? Well, I got your attention. Why don't we talk about the chip shot out of the rough? Before we were talking about the fringe. Now, this is very similar. It's almost the same thing. What you're going to do is, same thing. Feet are close together. Ball's behind in your stance. Your head is always down during the swing. There's two different types of chips. One's just a regular chip, where the ball is going to roll more towards the hole. And then there's another one called a flop shot. It's when you open the face of the club like that, so that when you get under the ball, it projects it up a lot higher and lands on the green, less roll, so that you can place it closer to the pin. But for now, we're just going to do the regular chip shot. I'm going to demonstrate for you right now. How do you like that? When you're chipping, you want to use either a pitching wedge, sand wedge, or a lob wedge, depending on your distance.
Before we get to the flop shot, I want to talk about one rule, and that is you have to play your ball as it lies. You cannot move it. You can't kick it, because that's cheating.
Don't count that. I was interfered with.
Yes, sir.
By the way, what did Mr. Webb shoot this morning?
Well, he doesn't keep score, sir.
Yes, I know, but just guess. 80, 75?
More like 68, I think.
I don't believe it. Really?
Oh, yes.
Why don't you improve your lie a little, sir? Yes. Winter rules.
All right. Now this is how you hit a flop shot. Now you only want to hit a flop shot when you don't have a lot of green to work with, like so. You have the pin close to the fringe. So that the goal of the flop shot is to hit under it, flop it up, and let it land soft so it doesn't roll as much. Now for a flop shot you want to open the club face a little bit and it wants to be in front of your stance instead of back in your stance like a chip. Now I'm going to demonstrate.
Right next to the hole.
Now that's how you hit a flop shot.